wild ride for Uber so far this year. Shares have exactly doubled. But can that momentum continue after earnings results tomorrow? Joining us now is Emil Michael. He's former chief business officer at Uber, currently CEO of DPCM Capital. Emil, Uber is beating the tires off of Lyft. They're faster, they're cheaper. So does this come down to delivering other things, food delivery versus DoorDash? Where can Uber surprise to the upside?
Well, there's a couple places. So number one, John, I think there's a secular trend that you see in travel generally with the airlines and hotels that's impacting ride sharing in a good way. So even Lyft stock's gone up a couple of points in the last few weeks also. So I think Uber's benefiting from that. The thing I think will be really interesting to hear from Dara tomorrow is, does he think the beating the tires off, as you say, Lyft, is going to start to show up in even greater proportion than the growth in the next couple quarters? And if so, there's room in the stock price to go from 50 to 60, in my view, in the next 12 months. And I'm a holder on that, as opposed, when you think about food delivery, it's different. Food delivery is a lot harder. So Uber is a clear and distant second place in food delivery in the US against DoorDash. But there's lots of other regions in the world where they're winning on both rides and food delivery. And when we add it all up, I think this is a stock to buy. And I'm a holder, just to be clear.
Okay. What are the most important regions to grow in?
Yeah. So in the EU, where UK is the biggest market for ride sharing generally and for food delivery, frankly, Uber's beating Deliveroo on the DoorDash side, and they're beating this company called Bolt, which is becoming sort of the Lyft of Europe, I would say. There was a court ruling today that said that Bolt and others had to pay the 20% excise tax that Uber had been paying for years. And finally, now it's going to be a level playing field. So I think you're going to see even better Uber performance in the EU from that. And in Latin America, they continue to really grow against Didi and rideshare as well. So optimism in three continents is a good thing for this stock.
I want to go back to Uber and specifically the rideshare stateside for a minute, because I know you guys are talking about beating the tires off. It's been my experience as of late that, and maybe because it doesn't have the market share that Uber has, that the prices have actually been a little bit more competitive on Lyft. And so I wonder, if you have a new CEO at the helm looking to turn things around at that company, could we see the potential for a new price war to reignite?
It is not in Lyft's interest, despite the new CEO's strategy to match Uber on price. And the reason is that if you try to match Uber on price, their network's so big that if they match you, you could drain your cash balance pretty quickly. And his cash balance is a lot smaller than Uber's. So I don't think anyone wants a price war, especially Lyft. But if there is a price war, Uber will probably win.